The girl who brought light. David sat in his dimly lit apartment, staring at the pile of unpaid bills on his table. Life had never been kind to him. After losing his job and his wife in the same year, he had given up on happiness. Every day felt like a slow march toward nothingness. One rainy evening, as he walked home, he saw a young girl sitting on the cold pavement, shivering. She couldn't have been more than 10 years old. She had no shoes, her clothes were torn, and her big, sorrowful eyes looked up at him. Something in her gaze struck a chord in his heart. Without thinking, he removed his coat and wrapped it around her. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Sophia," she whispered. "Where are your parents?" She lowered her head. "I don't have any." For the first time in years, David felt something stir in his heart, a purpose. He couldn't leave her there. So, against all logic, he took her home. Sophia was unlike any child he had ever met. Despite her suffering, she was full of life and warmth. The first night, she thanked him before going to sleep, something no one had done for David in a long time. The next morning, as he made breakfast, she set the table without being asked. She cleaned the small apartment while humming a tune. It was as if her presence alone breathed life into his home. Days turned into weeks. David found himself smiling more, talking more, and for the first time in years, feeling alive. He decided to enroll her in school. With the little money he had left, he bought her books and a uniform. Strangely, things began to change. His neighbor, a restaurant owner, noticed Sophia and offered David a job. His landlord, who was once impatient about rent, suddenly gave him an extension. It was as if Sophia had brought unseen blessings with her. One day, as he watched her study at the table, he realized he couldn't imagine life without her. She had given him hope when he had none. And so, after much thought, David made the biggest decision of his life. He adopted her. Years passed, and Sophia grew into a brilliant young woman. With David's support, she excelled in school and later became a doctor. On the day she graduated, she stood before him, tears in her eyes. "You saved me," she said. "No," David smiled, pulling her into an embrace. "You saved me." Sometimes the greatest blessings come in unexpected ways. For David, hope had come in the form of a little girl named Sophia, and because of her, he learned to live again.